Hey YouTube, how are you? Welcome back. It is season 3, episode 4 of Married at First Sight. Let's just get right on into it. So we kind of start off on another day in the honeymoon. They start off with Ashley and David. They're waking up. Ashley doesn't kind of want to wake up. She, it's still weird to her to be waking up to her husband who is inevitably a stranger. David's really excited. He's like, he can't stop playing with his wedding ring. He wants to get up and go start exploring. She wants to sleep in. They move on to Vanessa and Tre. They are having breakfast. Tre is trying to talk to Vanessa. Vanessa's still a little withdrawn after the conversation that they had about him. And his ways before he got on the show. So they go to, what's the people name? They go to Samantha and Neil. Samantha had a tooth problem. She was eating some macaroon. Something started to hurt. She made her a doctor's appointment. Her and Neil are getting ready to go. Neil is kind of primping. She's rushing him, taunting him, in my opinion, about, how long he take longer than a woman to get ready, blah, blah, blah. They're on their way to the appointment. Of course, they're in St. Croix, so how's he supposed to know how to drive around in St. Croix? But anyway, so she's running late. She's all anxious. You making me late to my appointment, blah, blah, blah. They still that couple. And then it's the scene where Vanessa is getting on to talk to the clinical psychologist. They just said his name, and I still don't remember it. And she's expressing how she felt like he got into this. He was just something that he did on a whim. He wasn't even really looking to get married. He told her they've only been married for 5 days to just kind of give it a try. They move back to David and Ashley. They are sitting by the pool, and Ashley's like, oh, she has a test on Wednesday. She hasn't got a chance to study for it. When they get back home, she just kind of wants a night, alone. And he was like, so I'm not invited, basically. And she was like, no, I just want to, be alone, wrap my mind around or whatever. And he was like, okay, but only for one night. We're not going to see each other during the daytime. And she just kind of shot him down or whatever. So this part of the honeymoon was full of a bunch of ups and downs. Oh my. So pick back up with Vanessa talking to the clinical psychologist. And, he just told her, basically, give it a chance, trust us that we talked to Tre, in depth about his intentions to make sure that, no, this just wasn't a whim. He was ready to get married. He had just not found the right person to do this with. And, of course, he was still living the life of a bachelor. She took that all into stride. I'm just going to finish off with them. So, further down this segment of the episode, they decided to go snorkeling. And, they were back to their lovey-dovey, kissy-huggy, exploring, holding hands under the water while they're snorkeling. It made me want to go snorkeling, but there will be no snorkeling for this one because she cannot swim. But it made me want to go snorkeling. It made me feel like they were going back, and Tre reiterated, that he was really proud of her being his wife. He was really looking forward to getting to know her, and for all of this to come together. And Vanessa said that she was going to go into this with an open mind. So that's them for right now. Now let's get into the Nortons, the middle couple, Ashley and David. Ashley and David, they were driving, and he's trying to hold a small talk, and she's like, I don't have any more small talk for him. I'm not attracted to him. I don't know whether if I could just go through the motions or should I tell him what's going on. So she was just playing on her phone. They got to the where they were going. They got into a helicopter. He was a little nervous. He was holding on to her knee. I'm uncomfortable with this. He's a stranger. Yes, we are married. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness. I was just like, dang, y'all were making such a good progress and now you taking 2 steps back. What is really going on with you? So they get back to their room and she go ahead and tell him, I'm not attracted to you. I'm uncomfortable with this. And he's giving 110%, like he said. He was like, well, I expected that, how about this? How about I go sleep in another room? So, until we get a little bit more comfortable, make it a little bit more comfortable to you. Besides, she needed to study. He made up all kinds of excuses, but he went and slept in another room, and he's like, but, in his confessional, he's like, I'm just giving it. I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm giving it my all, which he really is, and I applaud him for that. Ashley, you need to kind of come around, dear. You need to try to get to know. Conversate with the man. This is like another time that he's talking, she's just like, shut out, bye. I don't have time to talk to you. And that is not cool whatsoever. Neil, they're at the dentist. She's getting her work done. He's standing there. He's trying to be there for her, looking over or whatever. They come out the dentist office. She's like, give me the keys. Because she wants to drive. And then they go to lunch or dinner, whatever the case it may be. And he was like, well, I thought he was like, why do you think the experts matched us? And he was like, and she was like, I'm not really sure. And he was like, well, I thought that because maybe we bring things out of each other. I mean, basically what the expert said, Neil pretty much said out his way. And she's like, my family told me to give this a try, but I don't know. I need a man's man, somebody that's going to dominate because I'm going to swallow you alive. You just not manly. I'm just like, are you? Oh my Jesus, really? Are you really, really going there? It was just, that is horrible. Ashley and Samantha, I don't even know why they signed up for this type of experiment because, I mean, it's not an appearance game. It's not going to put you on exactly who you're attracted to. They're putting you who they think you would be compatible with, and you agree to this stuff, and then one wants to tear her man down, the other one wants to just be all blocked off in her own little block. These two women are really giving us a run for our money. Okay, so Tre and Vanessa, great. Oh, thank God for Tre and Vanessa, because this is getting really, really rough here. They go to the beach, and they're, talking, they're having a blast, they're holding hands, they're getting the water, they're huggy, lovey, love Tre and Vanessa right now, because they're communicating, and they are trying. We go on to Ashley and David. They get a call from the sexologist, and she's asking them how things are going. They say that they're trying when one is trying and one is really not. She asked were they sleeping in the same bed. They said, oh yeah, well, up until last night. And David took I suggested that, and I suggested that I sleep in the other room to make things a little bit more comfortable. And she was like, okay, it's not the end of the world. In her confessional, she gave them homework to give each other a hand massage. Not a full body massage, a hand massage. So they go, they get all robed up, they're doing it. He's asking her, she's comfortable. She's like, yeah, I'm okay. And you can tell, she's not trying to have any conversation with him. He asked, can they go stick their feet in like the tub? She's like, oh, okay. And, she's like, this is really difficult to me. You're a stranger. He was like, we've been together for over 5 days, so I'm not so much of a stranger. But she's like, yeah, you really are. And I'm just like, girl, please stop doing that. So in his confessional, he was like, if this is going to work, I'm going to have to put my foot down. Please put your foot down. Please try to get some boundaries. Please try to get something going in this relationship. Samantha, they're walking. He says he sees the tetherball. They start playing tetherball. You know, she made some kind of sarcastic remark. I don't even remember what it was, but that was just kind of started both the camel's back. And he was like, I didn't appreciate you not attacking my manhood, telling me I'm not a man's man. And she was like, well, you should have said something when I said something. I could have apologized then. Right now, I just see you picking on me at a tetherball. You've been picking on him since the time that y'all got married. You don't like that he's passive aggressive. Everybody cannot be aggressive, and she is really tripping. All in all, he was like, okay, well, I'll work on that. I'll work on that. In his passive-aggressive way, that's him. But at least he's saying, yes, I see that this is what is happening. And I am going to work on that. Excuse me. She walks off and talks about, hey, I'm hungry. I'm not finna do, I can't with you right now. I can't with her right now. So everything has hit the fan. They blew up at each other. She went to dinner by herself. Neil went to go work out. That's right, boy. Work out that anger. Because Neil is a passive-aggressive person. He goes back to the room. She comes back. The good thing is she was thoughtful enough to bring him some dinner, which he thought that was great. And then they had a conversation. I don't think it was the best conversation, but it was a start of some kind of communication. So he's like, how about you not attack my manhood? How about, I communicate more better to you what I like, what I expect, and things of that nature. They agree in their own little quirky, not so much working it out way to me, but that's them. They move on to David and Ashley. David is really, really hurt by the things that she said. She's starting to realize that. So she was like, this is all new to me. I've never even had a guy friend. Wow, lady. Never ever had a guy friend. But anyway, so she's moving on and trying to accept what's going on with that and has committed to try to be friends and work from there. She says she's used to moving at a slower pace. Well, yes, you are, but you signed up for a 6-week experiment, so you can't move at your normal pace. You got to pick it up just a little bit, sweetie. Pick it up. So, Neil and Samantha woke up with a new awakening. They are having breakfast to dinner. She found some kind of sea urchin. They're supposed to go ATV riding. They get to the ATV place. They say, oh, this is a honeymoon trip. Congratulations. And, oh, we have these bride and groom helmets. Neil's like, sure. She's like, no, it's too much. No, it's too much. So they take a photo in them at least. And then they go riding on the ATVs. They seem to be having fun. Neil feels like it's a new horizon. She's like, they're starting to get along. I don't think it's going to last, but we will see. They move on to David and Ashley. David has really wanted to be going to the slide the whole time that they were there. So she agrees to go to the slide. They start having fun. She says he has this little kitty side, which he does. And she needs it because she's way too serious. Coming from a person that is her to a certain extent that I'm serious, I like to have fun. But my husband, if y'all watch my vlogs, y'all see he's like really goofy, really silly, and I'm always laughing at him. Or sometimes he says stuff and it's just over my head and I just give him that look. So, and he's like, I guess that joke wasn't funny. But, sometimes you just need that person to balance you out, but you have to be open to it. And that couple, Lord have mercy. So they decide to get some outside advice. Neil calls one of his friends, one of his groomsmen. They're conversating. He was like, we are definitely opposites attract. But I think it can work. I have faith in it. Thank God for Neil and his faith through this experiment. Samantha, on the other hand, she calls her dad. Her dad tells her, it's a learning process. You're not going to, instantly know somebody, but you do have to give it a go. You do have to open yourself up to it. So hopefully they take the advice of the people that they talk to, because they are still the couple. We go on to Tre and Vanessa, which we haven't seen them in a couple of segments. They go and have some drinks at a beachside bar. They're looking at the scenery and the sunset. They tell each other that they appreciate them, that they feel that they're growing closer. They have their smooches. They are doing well. Vanessa did bring up the point that it's easy to get along with somebody on an island. In their case, yes. In Neil and Samantha's case, no. But but they are appreciative of the beginnings. They do have a mutual respect for each other. They do see that things can grow with them, and I'm so excited for them. Ashley and David, they go out to dinner. She's still rocking a nail polish that he polished her, and he's grateful about that. He told her that she is strong. You have to be strong because you chose to marry someone at first sight, so give yourself some credit. She agreed to open up more. She's starting to see where things could go along. She's happy that he's patient with her. So hopefully they start making a progression to the other side, because we know how this goes. Some Vanessa and Tre are gonna fall off at some point, and we're gonna need somebody else to hold us up. A great turn of events. Neil and Samantha, they are on their last night of their honeymoon. Everybody's pretty much on their last night of their honeymoon. So what happens is that they go to this fireworks display. I guess it's away from their resort or whatever. And they're watching it, and she's being a little sarcastic, and but he took it as a sweet gesture. I took it as sarcasm, but hey, maybe it's me. Anyway, they watch it. The end of the fireworks really wasn't what they wanted it to be. So next thing we go, there's the words flashing across the screen saying that the cameras weren't recording. So if you remember from the beginning of their honeymoon in St. Croix, they drive on the opposite side of the road that we drive in the U.S., right? So Samantha's driving because she doesn't like Neil's driving. And they turn to go to their hotel, and she's driving on the wrong side of the road and almost has a head-on collision until Neil says, "Hey, Sam, I think you're driving on the wrong side of the road." In his calm, cool, collective demeanor, passive-aggressive self, it wasn't like, "Oh my God, you're driving on the wrong side of the road," like most of us would have done. But he was like, "Hey, Sam, I think you're driving on the wrong side of the road," which really helped her to pull herself together so that they did not have an accident. Because had he been like, most of us be like, "Hey, you're driving on the wrong side of the road," they probably would have been in the hospital or had a crash or something. And in that moment, she saw why the experts put them together and had kind of like a light bulb moment. And things are going to turn around, so she says. So I'm grateful. I'm happy that they did not have an accident, and I'm grateful that she got that light bulb moment. They move on to Tre and Vanessa. It's their last night. They are, really committed. They're having a good time. Same old, same old. They're laying in bed. They're talking. They're excited to see what the future holds. So that is pretty much all that we have for episode 4 of Married at First Sight. I hope you guys enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Watch it, like it, share it. Bye.